In the news tonight, controversial Exxon PSA will not be renegotiated. Ali government walks back on earlier stance.
We came into government and met what we have said publicly is a lopsided agreement. But we have a responsibility to honor an agreement that was made.
And the government and opposition clash on transparency of projects.
Was that all the documentation for the energy project is in the public domain? That is not true.
The second annual International Energy Conference and Expo opened this morning at the Guyana Marriott Hotel, with President Fanali telling the conference that his government will not be negotiating the contentious Stabroek Block production sharing agreement with ExxonMobil. The agreement was signed in 2016 by the then APNU AFC government. You would recall that the People's Progressive Party, during its 2020 election campaign, had committed to renegotiating the agreement, calling it lopsided. Today, in front of the international delegates and investors, the president sang a different tune.
That governments have to make decisions that are in the best interest of the country. We came into government and met what we have said publicly is a lopsided agreement. But we have a responsibility to honor an agreement that was made. I spoke about the consequences of walking away. I saw a completely different headline from what I said. That's okay though. That's a function of democracy, not accuracy. I said then that we must think. And that is what responsible policy making is about. Let us say we stop production tomorrow. We stop all the production tomorrow. What is the consequence? What is the exposure to the country? What is the exposure? All those who've invested in a part, and this is not only the big investors, who took a loan, built apartments, new hotels going up. The man who had 3 taxis and invested in 200 taxis now. What is the exposure to them? And then what is the exposure to the financial institutions that finance investment based on projection? So what we did was say, we have something that was already signed, we agree, we're going to efficiently manage it to extract as much benefit as possible, and all future agreements are going to be different. And we have not only said it, but you have the new agreements that are not only substantially different, but are comparable to the best terms for the government, whilst at the same time not locking out investment in the sector. Because there must be a balance. You cannot set terms and conditions that lock out investment, especially when we are going to an auction now. And that is what we have put to the table.
The controversial PSA has come under harsh criticism for being bad for Guyana. In retrospect, the coalition has said repeatedly that they will be offering their unconditional support if the PVV government were willing to renegotiate the contract.
Running late and can't wait to the gate? We got you. The Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited has introduced a fast and easier way to make payments to your accounts through the GT&T mobile money services. Here's how. Click on the MMG app. Under Services, select Pay Bills. When you are there, look for the Financial Institution option. Once that is done, select Guyana Public Service Cooperative Credit Union Limited to pay your loan or make payments to your savings. Payments to the credit union made easier. GPS CCU, the credit union you can bank on.
The cost of energy continues to be one of the biggest impediments to national development in Guyana, says President Afenali. He was at the time speaking at the opening of the International Energy Conference and Expo being held at the Guyana Marriott Hotel in Georgetown.
Fortunately for us, in 2 years, in record time, we have been able to put together a project, the natural gas project, the energy project, in record time that meet, let me make this very clear, that meet every aspect of international scrutiny and transparency that will cut the cost of energy by half before the end of 2025. That is real work. That is real work. And let me make it very clear. Every aspect of this project was made public. Painstaking technical work led by the Vice President to realize the potential of our country and have no mistake.
The government and the opposition clash on transparency of projects in the oil and gas sector, with President Afenali telling the conference attendees that all projects are transparent, to which opposition leader Aubrey Norton disagreed.
I found that the conference was a place for idle boasts by the president and sometimes untruths. One of the glaring misinformation that was peddled was that all the documentation for the gas, the energy project, is in the public domain. That is not true. We are still fighting at the parliamentary level to get the documentation. And I find it barefaced that the president will go to a conference like that and say something like that, knowing full well that it is not true. Now, the president was celebrating giving 9% of the money earned from carbon sales to the indigenous community. Again, that is ridiculous. The people who occupy the areas where there is a large forest, or where there are large forest covers, are the indigenous people. And there is need for them to be involved in the decision making and to get more. Why would a president celebrate giving 9% of the total earnings to the indigenous people when they are probably the most impoverished section of our society?
The conference has as its theme harnessing energy for development, and several heads of state, including Prime Minister of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, Dr. Ralph Gonzalez, and Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Keith Rowley, and Colombia's former President Ivan Duque all underscored the need for development in the oil and gas sector to be kept apace with sustainable development goals, with the people at the center.
ProMedia Professional Live Streaming Service. Experience the difference when it's live. ProMedia provides you a complete range of live and demand streaming solutions, no matter what your special event may be. Weddings, funerals, concerts, press conferences, conventions, seminars, workshops, meetings, religious events, and more. For more information, call 669-5376 or 609-5264. Experience the difference when it's live.
Washi. Hi people. Washing made so easy since I found Washi. Washing me use, wash me clothes and I can say, wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, leave me clothes smelling nice, of course. So give thanks for wash your soap powder, for doing my laundry right. Keep my clothes color bright, have my clothes smelling nice for sure. I could not ask for more. Comes in lemon and original. It is a washing machine in a pack. Wash your soap powder, wash clothes so nice. Wash your soap powder, leave your clothes color bright. Wash your soap powder, have my clothes smelling nice, of course.
Distributors located in the Stabrook Market.
Unicommerce, the parent company for Courts, Ashley and Lucky Dollar, is set to construct a $25 billion commercial complex and logistics park on the east bank of the Demerara. Vincent Gordon, the sub-regional managing director of Unicommerce Group, said it is an opportune time for such an investment in Guyana.
We have been around for 30 years and we have been investing continually in Guyana. We have, as you know, several branches. We have major distribution center in Eccles. However, at this time, it is taking our game to the next level, both in terms of customer experience, in terms of our own staff engagement, and also in tapping into the business opportunities that are emerging more and more in Guyana. Our logistics park does exactly that. Because what we are going to be doing is moving our distribution center, building a 250,000 square foot distribution center for our own use. And then we will also, on that 50 or 60 acres of land, establish what we are dubbing as a logistics park.
The logistics park will be located at Houston, while the commercial complex will be situated at Farm on the east bank of Demerara. Gordon said the projects will be done in phases, but their timeline is 24 months. For these and other stories, do visit us at our website www.rdproductiongy.com.